Dari kukar bisa apa? Agar sapat ka, ami yakin gua bisa cuat ka.
The human cost of disasters in Asia-Pacific has been significant. Since 1970, over 2 million lives were lost due to disasters in the region. This represents more than half of disaster-related fatalities worldwide.
The Indian Ocean Tsunami 13 years ago, in that morning of 26 December 2004, shall be remembered as a nightmare for many countries in the region, including Thailand. Many lives were lost and many communities destroyed. Over 10 countries around the Indian Ocean rim were ravaged by tsunami. The region was not well prepared to cope with such calamity.
Disasters are hitting the poorest the hardest, entrenching poverty and widening inequality. In response, the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, or ESCAP, has a broad-based program to support disaster risk reduction and resilience, a key part of which is the member-sponsored ESCAP Multi-Donor Trust Fund for Tsunami, Disaster and Climate Preparedness.
The Trust Fund leverages the convening power of ESCAP and the strengths of regional institutions to deliver timely and effective early warning.
National disaster management organizations, NDMOs, are a crucial part of that, and the local authorities as well. We contributed quite a lot to the NDMOs to bring the early warning issues, how you can prepare your local communities to use this early warning information which has come up from better forecasting, and actually take response at a local level, and how standards can be incorporated, the last mile dissemination, the last mile risk assessment, the last mile capacity building, how communities do the simulations together, children, women, men, all together, how they can make their communities resilient.
Working through partners such as RIMES and the Asian Disaster Preparedness Center, efforts supported by the Trust Fund have been instrumental in addressing unmet needs.
Currently, ESCAP is supporting RIMES in impact forecasting. This involves development of tools that automates the process of assessment of risks from a forecasted weather and climate event and generates advisories on how to manage potential impacts.
Our objective in facilitating projects and programs is always to have the interventions being sustained by the countries, to look at really a more effective and meaningful capacity development. For buy-in from various stakeholders in the countries is very much required, from the national to the local level, as well as from private institutions.
Given the evolving needs of ESCAP member states, particularly in high-risk, low-capacity countries, the Trust Fund is committed to securing continuous funding for disaster risk reduction efforts in Asia and the Pacific.
The Trust Fund has received contributions from various countries since its establishment. Considering what the Trust Fund has achieved during the past decade, we must support the Trust Fund to continue its good work in strengthening the capacity of Asia-Pacific countries to respond to disasters and to pave the way for sustainable development.
The Trust Fund has been an efficient mechanism to increase our resilience to disaster risk in Asia and the Pacific. At ESCAP, we look forward to joining forces with all of you to strengthen this effort.